So the Baccanal Buffet at Caesars Palace is set to open late August. Are you excited? When I told this to somebody, they got very excited because they said it means that other buffets will open up in town. That might be the only reason you want to get excited. So let's talk about what they've actually said they're going to be doing. And let's talk about if it's going to be something even worth your while to take a look at. Because, man, I'll tell you, it's a different era in Las Vegas. But the way that these casino companies are running things, you'd think that they weren't just tone deaf. You think that they were deaf, blind, everything all rolled into one. They don't seem to get what we want, and they don't seem to get how they can deliver it, with the exception of one buffet that's actually open right now. It's a possibility that they actually get it a little bit more than others, and it's not the ones on the Strip. Well, it's technically on the Strip, yeah, so we'll talk about that too. My name is Steven. I am not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for the future notifications. If you guys want to, comment below. Tell us, have you been to a buffet in the new era of Las Vegas? Is it worth your while? You guys think you might be back to a buffet in Las Vegas, or is it going to be hometown buffet or the old South Park Country Kitchen buffet for you? I'm curious to know. But yes, the news of the world today, they're opening up the Baccanal Buffet. If you guys like the video, you guys will go ahead and subscribe to the video, hit the Patreon so you guys can support us there. We show up little things that we don't show on other channels. There's videos, early access, previews, photos. You also have VegasFaceMask.com. There is no S at the end. That is one handsome looking mask. The only two you'll ever own. The craftsmanship, the workmanship, made by hand right here in Vegas by my wife, shipped to you, 2 for $25. Okay, commercials aside, what the heck, Bacchanal Buffet? You're going to tease us like this? Fox 5 News here in Las Vegas has reported that the Bacchanal is back, baby. The Bacchanal is back. And it's not going to be the same. Yeah, they're actually advertising a few things as good when they're really not good. Let's talk about the buffet in Las Vegas for just a moment, though. Now, historically, buffets in Vegas have been synonymous, hand in hand, dating all the way back into the 1980s when the Circus Enterprises took it upon themselves to lower the price of the buffets so they could get people that were already playing on the best paying slots in the entire city to just sit in the casino, eat cheap food, massive amounts of volume, where they probably actually turned a profit back in the day on that food, and just gamble some more. And buffets became known as a place and a thing you could do in Las Vegas. So first time we ever went to a buffet in Vegas was the Circus Buffet. It was circa 1994, 95. I can never remember the first year I came to this town, and I remember it, and it was a grand thing. Of course, I was like 13 or 14 years old at the time, and what did I know? But there was fried chicken and macaroni and cheese and pizza, so I was in heaven. But now the buffets, they've evolved. They've gone over the top. The buffet used to be a $10 thing, something they could give you for free when you gambled. And now it's a big, huge experience. Yeah, the grand experiences. The M Resort kind of started it all off with, having champagne brunch and things on Sundays. All-you-can-eat crab's legs became a massive event. The Winds started having huge items that were just centerpieces, like New Zealand baby back racks of lamb and different types of fish from around the world. And it was so big, and it evolved so much. Now it's gotten to a point where it's got to evolve again. But what are the evolutions like? We're due the evolution, baby, right? As Pearl Jam once said. What's happening with the evolutions right now? Well, first of all, state mandate, you can't serve your own food. That's why when you go anywhere in Las Vegas right now, you go to the grocery stores, you can't pick out food and just, the delis and stuff like that are operational, but you can't, self-service of food is forbidden. So buffets cannot operate in the same style. So we have two options for the buffets not being able to serve yourself. First things first, you're going to go ahead and have somebody serve you. And that means that they're going to be either at the table side bringing the things to you, which I think is a sneaky way for them to massively boost up their profit margins, or you're going to go stand in a line and have somebody else serve you the food, which is probably the better option. We'll tell you which way these casinos are going in just a moment and tell you what the Bacchanal did say. Upon opening, the Wynn was the very first in town to open up. A lot of bloggers ran to the Wynn and saw plated sit-down restaurants where they brought you the food. Is that a buffet? I don't know. They have all the different menu items. You order from your smartphone, apparently. You have a 2-hour limit at the Wynn, and you have to make a reservation or else you can't even go to that buffet. 2-hour limit for you to wait for somebody to bring you food, whereas at a buffet, you get whatever you wanted, as much as you wanted. Put as much food on your plate. They just ask that you try to eat all of it. Not the same experience. Not a buffet to me. My wife and I have been going to buffets for years in town. She loves crab's legs. I love things like chicken breast and beef. It's not the same experience at the Wynn. What about the Cosmopolitan? Well, the Cosmopolitan, the Wicked Spoon, same idea, plated dishes. But then you do have the South Point, which is hope for us all. The South Point, from what I've heard, has people actually walking up to get a plate from the server and take their food back to their tables. So it's still like a self-serve buffet. The only missing link in this is that you're not taking your own tongs or spoon or whatever and putting your food on your own plate. Now, why do we not have any kind of self-service food? Well, it's simple, okay? Look, here's the deal. We're all a bunch of just dirty germ carriers. I'm a germ carrier. You're a germ carrier. It's communicable. It's the same reason why most restaurants were freaked out. How fast can they sanitize and clean a fast food restaurant table? Not fast enough for my liking. So the idea of you picking up a plate, possibly putting it down somewhere, or picking up something and putting it down, and the next person picking it up, and you're asymptomatic, but they're not that fortunate, they're going to get very symptomatic. That's the spread. That's the curve that we wanted to stem. Does it get any better with you getting your own plates? Of course it does. But it's just not the same experience, at least not to me. I miss the old buffets. And I'm not some curmudgeon that's going to say I refuse to do one until it goes back to the old ways, because how many years, months, days is it ever going to change back? I don't know. You don't know either. But at the same time, what is the Bacchanal doing? Well, this is funny. They spent a lot of money, actually. Caesars has been renovating that part of the property for a while. And now what they say is that they're going to have miniature plates of food varieties brought to you. More than ever. More than ever. And they're also going to have different items like lobster bisque and things that buffets have had for a long time. And yeah, you got to market yourself a particular way. I totally understand it, but to me, it's not going to be the same buffet. Things they also haven't released is whether or not you're going to have to make an appointment or a reservation for this buffet, whether or not you're going to be able to stand in line. I wouldn't recommend ever standing in line for something that has a 2-hour line limit, because or a limit in the restaurant. That sounds preposterous. You'll be there forever. They haven't said what their pricing is going to be. They haven't said if they're going to be open 7 days a week or just on the weekends, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. There's a lot of incredible unknowns with this, so before you get really excited, just wait for the official news to come out, and know that when it does come out, I'll be here to tell you what that news is, and so will the other news outlets out there. But yes, the buffet is coming back over at Caesars Palace. The Bacchanal is back. That's a good thing. A bad thing is the way the buffets have to run right now. One thing that I think is very interesting about all this is the fact that these casinos are profiting handsomely. Think about it for a minute, right? At every buffet, the thing they hated the most was you taking a bunch of food, bringing it to your table, deciding you don't want it, and then having to go and recycle it. Yes, I said recycle it. Caesars Entertainment has a deal where all of their food from their buffets gets sorted and it goes up to pig farms. So it's actually recycled food. But they don't want that. That causes them a bunch of loss in terms of what they buy versus what's actually consumed. Now I guess the casinos have it their way. They have it their way. Isn't that a fast food commercial? I think it is. They have it their way, wherein they get to charge $60 in the case of the Wynn for a buffet, give you a much smaller plate, hope that you enjoy the ambiance, and then sit there and at least turn a profit on at least one part of their property while they're here and everybody's halfway shut down. Wowza, what a deal. But maybe we'll check out the Bacchanal when it opens if it sounds good. We'll update you on the channel. Once again, my name is Steven and I am not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. I hope you would like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, leave the comments. Tell us if it's the same to you or if you're going to skip or if you're just going to say, hey man, it's food. It's food. I like food. I'm on the seafood diet. I see food and I eat it. Man, that's an old joke from back in the childhood. Go to VegasFaceMask.com if you guys want to support the channel. The wife makes them and I think they look beautiful. Now's the time of the video where I say like, share, subscribe. No, I say 3, 2, 1, click. I got confused. 3, 2, 1, and click.